So when you think about martial arts, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it crazy high kicks, intense cage matches? And yeah, sure, that's part of the picture, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg. The real fight, the one that truly matters, happens on the inside. So let's dive in and explore how the path of a martial artist is really a journey of self-discovery. This idea from the founder of Shotokan Karate, Gichin Funakoshi, is, well, it's everything. It completely flips the script. The goal isn't about beating someone else. It's about mastering yourself. That opponent standing across from you, they're really just a mirror, showing you all the parts of yourself you still need to work on. Okay, so where does a huge journey like self-perfection even begin? Well, it starts with something very real, very tangible, the tough, demanding, and constant physical practice that builds the absolute bedrock of discipline.
What's so powerful about this is how simple it is. I mean, it's not about the flashy moves you see in movies. It's about the grind. It's the 100th kick, not the first one, that really builds your character. It's about dragging yourself to the dojo when you're exhausted. This relentless repetition, this commitment to a code, it builds this kind of mental armor, an inner strength that goes way beyond the training hall and into every single part of your life. These values, this is the real curriculum. They're not just some nice side effects of learning how to fight. They are the entire point. Self-discipline, that's forged just by showing up day in and day out. Self-control is what you learn in the middle of sparring, when you have to tame your own fear and frustration. Perseverance is what you feel when your lungs are on fire, but you push through one more round. And humility? Oh, that comes from tapping out, from losing, and from accepting that you've always got more to learn. And all of it is wrapped in respect for your teachers, your partners, and for the art itself. But building that foundation of discipline, that's really just setting the stage, because the practice then forces you to turn inward and confront your true opponents, your own ego and your deepest fears. No, really, think about it for a second. In any challenge you face, who's the one really holding you back? Who's that voice in your head telling you that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, or that you should just give up? As martial arts teaches us, the answer is almost always you. The MMA legend George St. Pierre made this amazing distinction. A fighter, he said, trains for an event, for a belt. But a martial artist, they train for life. Their goal is this kind of unreachable perfection, which means the journey itself, that daily struggle to just be a little bit better than you were yesterday, that becomes the whole point. And of course, nobody said it better than Bruce Lee. Every single physical move you make has an internal target. You're not just hitting a heavy bag, you're hitting your own self-doubt. You're not just blocking a punch, you're learning to block out all those negative voices in your own head. This is it. This is the heart of it all. It's why rituals like bowing or rei are so important. It's not just about tradition. It's a physical reminder to be humble. It's a way of saying, I'm here to learn. I respect you, and I respect this process of chipping away at my own ego. Everybody, from the brand new white belt to the 10th degree master, is always a student.
So what about fear? I mean, that's a big one, right? Martial arts doesn't promise to make you fearless. Come on, that's impossible. Instead, like the legendary boxing trainer Customato said, it teaches you how to function with your fear. The dojo is like a safe lab where you can face it, manage that adrenaline spike, and learn to act in spite of it. And really, isn't that what courage is all about? And all of this intense practice, it leads to a pretty incredible mental state. It's often called a kind of mindfulness in motion. It's about finding this pocket of absolute calm right in the middle of a storm. A huge concept here is mushin, which translates to no mind. You know when an athlete is just completely in the zone or a musician is just lost in a solo? That's mushin. It's not an empty mind. It's a mind that's so focused on the present that it can act without having to think. For a samurai, this state was literally life or death. For us, it's about finding that clarity under pressure and trusting our intuition instead of getting paralyzed by overthinking. And then you've got this beautiful Taoist idea of wu-wei, or effortless action. You see this all the time in arts like Judo and Aikido. The whole point isn't to meet force with more force. It's to blend with it, to redirect it. It's kind of like sailing instead of rowing. You're using the power that's already there instead of fighting against it. It teaches you that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is yield. Right, so think about it when you're sparring or even just practicing a form. You have absolutely no choice but to be 100% in the present moment. Your mind can't wander off to your emails or your to-do list. That intense focus is like a forced meditation.
It's a mental reset button that just silences all the noise of daily life and plants you firmly in the here and now. So let's tie all of this together. What do you get when you combine years of discipline, facing down your own ego and fears, and achieving a state of active mindfulness? You get transformation. The real prize isn't a black belt wrapped around your waist. It's a fundamental change in your character. And this journey, it really does follow a pretty clear path. You start out just trying to make your body do what you want it to. Then, once you get a little bit good, bam, your ego shows up and you got to deal with that. From there, you learn to master your mind. And then finally, you have the biggest realization of all, there's no finish line. You're a lifelong student, always learning, always growing. And hey, this isn't just some abstract philosophy. We're talking about real, tangible benefits that you'll see in your everyday life. We're talking about the quiet confidence to handle a tough conversation, the ability to stay calm when things get stressful, and just knowing yourself better. You don't just become a better martial artist, you become a more balanced human being. Let's go back to George St. Pierre one last time, because his story is the perfect example. He was a kid who got bullied. He started training, and it didn't just teach him how to defend himself. It gave him structure, it gave him discipline, and it gave him self-worth. It literally transformed him from a victim into one of the most respected champions ever. Now that is the power of this journey. The legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi just summed it all up perfectly. You can study every opponent, learn every technique, but if you don't truly know yourself, you'll never achieve mastery. The entire practice of martial arts is really designed to lead you to that one profound insight. So in the end, it doesn't really matter if your dojo is an actual training hall, or your office, or your home. We're all facing our own battles, and the principles are exactly the same. The journey inward, that's the ultimate fight. So the real question is, what are you training for?